New World Order, you underestimated the people. You took a gamble and you lost.
Okay, we don't like this. Okay, well then we're going to do this. And that is just how it's going to be.
Evidence brought to light that there is a corrupt officer, or that officer did shoot that kid on purpose.
I don't care how I look, I don't care how I sound, I don't care what the beat is. I just care the message gets across.
What's up, everyone? This is the Tinman here with your weekly report.
And I'm Lucid.
Happy fucking New Year!
Kinda.
Yeah. Shooting this the day before. Going out New Year's Eve. But anyway,
Trying to get everything prepared because, you know, we're probably going to be heavily inebriated on New Year's, so...
we know we're probably. I plan on it.
With what? Okay, well, we're going to kick off the weekly report right now, guys, and we have a couple things we need to talk about.
Yeah, but before we go into the articles, though, let's remind everybody what we got going on the 2nd.
Oh, that's right, we have a live feed going on. That's through Google, right?
Yeah, we're going to be doing the Google Chat live stream thing. The invite's already been sent out for that. All of our subscribers, followers, everybody's already gotten the invite for that. If you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and look back through your Google shitbox and it should be there.
Also, we just want to put out there, too, that the live stream that we're going to be doing on the 2nd is pretty much going to be open to questions, comments. You could text us on there. You can actually video comment with audio. You don't necessarily need to be on camera or anything like that, but we will be recording audio. So if you have any questions and you want it to be audible on the show itself, because we will be recording the show, then be prepared to be on our channel that day. This is the disclaimer for that now, so you guys are aware that it will be recorded.
Yep.
Also, we will give time in between each subject that we discuss for comments and questions, and a little bit of crosstalk from our listeners, and this is what that is for.
Yep. So, for all intents and purposes, Q&A. You guys bitch and whine that you're not getting what you want, so we're giving you the platform to tell us what you want.
And it's not just so that you can tell us what you want. We're actually going to have a discussion on there, too. I mean, we're not just going to sit there and bullshit the whole night. There's going to be some kind of main topic or discussion that we are going to be doing. Just to keep it interesting, so that way it's not just 20 minutes of us bullshitting about what we're going to be doing in the future with TWWRN and my Lucid's Lunacy thing. We don't want to bore you with, semantics. So, we want to leave it live. We want to leave it up to you guys to question our topics, and we're going to probably try to do this, like once or twice a month? Weren't we discussing that?
If need be, I kind of want to try to get it out there so that fans and subscribers can have their say, what they like, what they don't like, and how they think we can improve.
What we need to do is we need to eventually at some point set up a number that people can call and leave messages on, and we can drop that audio into our videos, and we can answer those questions accordingly.
Well, we could set up a Skype thing, or why even bother with that? They have the fucking comment section. Okay, why not use that, right?
Well, I'm just saying, some people don't want to take the time to watch the videos. They don't, they don't want to watch the whole thing. They got other things going on, split-second things. When a phone call is a lot easier, and they don't have to wait for a reply. They basically will get their answer on the next weekly report, and then they'll stay tuned for that too. More motivation for them to watch next week. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. That's a good idea. Well, let's go ahead and kick off the news, unless you've got something else that we need to address.
Yeah. By the way, TWWRN does not use the N-word anymore. We have replaced the N-word with Obama. We find it more offensive.
True that. So from this day forward, we will no longer be saying the N-word. Anybody who offends us will be called Obamas.
We find it more offensive that way.
Yes.
Anyway, whether you agree with our bantering or not, that's completely off topic, and you guys have your opinions and we have ours. And that's what this show's about.
Okay. So go ahead and kick it off, dude. What you got?
Okay. I got an article here. It says, make way for the king. People kicked off beaches, weddings moved for Obama holiday. Huh? Okay. Sorry about that. My wife came in the room and she had something to tell me. Make way for the king. People kicked off beaches, weddings moved for Obama holiday. Family has spent $44 million in taxpayer cash on travel expenses. Basically, this couple were having a wedding on the beaches of Hawaii somewhere. And Obama sent his Secret Service to move these people so he could play golf.
Oh,
are you fucking kidding me? Now, he claims not to be a king. He claims to be, you know, a servant of the people. Which, first off, I would like to say he's none of those. Okay, he's just an ignorant Obama. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, he continuously does stuff like this. You know, he's lazy. He didn't even, you know, he says, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know they were having a wedding. Well,
shouldn't fucking matter.
You know what? It doesn't matter whether they're having a wedding or not. He should have found out. In which case, he could have given the proper respect.
Well, at which point, you know, the golf course or whatever where he was golfing
is public property.
And they should have told Obama, hey, can't schedule you for this date because we got a wedding this date.
Or, if President Obama insisted, he would have had to have shared the golf course or something. You know, just because he's just a person. He's a fucking civilian, as far as I'm concerned. I know he's commander-in-chief and whatnot, and he's able to give ultimate orders and whatever as far as military is concerned. But he's not any more entitled to any more powers than you or me. He is basically a civilian who speaks for the rights of the people, or
he's a servant of the. He's supposed to be a servant of the people.
Well, he's
not the ruler of the people,
right? And he's the mouthpiece of the United States. You know, he's supposed to be setting the example for all the other countries to be looking at. He's supposed to be setting this example for us. But anyway, to make a long story short, he was being lazy. He didn't find out about this wedding in, I think it's Honolulu, no?
I believe so.
Hawaii? Oh no, it's Kailua. But anyway, to make a long story short, he didn't try to do his research to find out whether or not he was impeding on somebody else's time or freedom or anything like that. Which, if you want to get technical, it's kind of in violation of their constitutional rights, and Obama could be sued for that. But
I hope they do sue him.
Yeah, I would.
He's getting a little bit.
If it was my fucking wedding day, I don't care if Jesus Christ came down himself and tried to move me off the beach.
No, I'm not Republican or Democrat or anything like that, but I think if it had been George Bush still in the presidency and this had happened, he wouldn't have kicked him off the beach. He probably would have walked over and like, hey guys, hey, got any pot?
I knew there was a weed joke coming.
Always! Always, man!
Anyway.
Obama, motherfucker's just throwing his weight around all over the place. I mean, look at this story here. Obama warns GOP he plans to use veto pen in 2015.
There's a veto pen?
Apparently, he's going to be using his veto card. Racing to do business with a Congress run solely by Republicans, President Barack Obama is serving notice he has no qualms about vetoing legislation he dislikes. So basically, I read through this article, and basically what it's saying is, if the Republicans in the House try to do anything that supersedes or undermines the shit that he's done, like his Affordable Care Act and all his other bullshit, he's just going to veto it.
Yeah, I see a part in here where he's actually quoted. And I like this
part right here?
Well, kind of, but I'm going a little bit further up. It says, I haven't used the veto pen very often since I've been in office. You know what? I know presidents have never used the veto fucking pen. Okay? So very often is a very vague fucking thing and a very, argumentative statement. I mean, how often is not very often? You know? Is that like every day, every other day, every 3 days, every 2 weeks? What? I mean, how often are you vetoing shit that you don't want? It just...
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Very, very ridiculous. Gotta love the shitstorm that this world is heading into. Speaking of shitstorm, you got another good article.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Play-Doh's Facebook appears to be deleting comments from parents about their new penis-shaped toy.
A penis-shaped toy?
Are our children no longer safe from... Is there no pure, wholesome fucking children toys anymore, or children videos anymore? Everything is accompanied by sex when it comes to children's toys and videos nowadays.
Like we've discussed in the weekly report, the subliminal messages.
Yeah.
But this is even taking it too far. I mean, look at that thing. Show that on camera. That is fucking insane.
Yes, that is a Play-Doh toy. Now, it looks blurry on camera, but you can see the basic outline of the shape of what it looks like, enough to know that it looks like a penis. Okay?
Yeah, it looks like something you'd see in an adult novelty store.
Yeah, see, like, concerned parents have been posting photos of the Cake Mountain playset's alleged penis on the Play-Doh Facebook page. Now, one parent said, and I'm not gonna disclose any names because, for reasons I don't know if they want their name out there. But it says, what was the concept of this? Why couldn't this be in another form or shape? Which is a relative question,
Yeah, why is that in any way offensive? I would find that offensive if I were a parent. It's like, my kids go to that fucking Facebook page. I don't want my kids seeing that. Fuck that.
Why did you delete the picture of your dildo toy? Like Play-Doh, it's spelled the same. DIL-DOH. Fucking funny. Why did you delete the picture of your dildo toy? You made it. There shouldn't be anything that you can't sell to kids that you can't post on Facebook, correct?
Yep.
And I mean, technically speaking, if you, like take away the little plunger piece and the little piece where your fingers go to plunge out the icing for the cake, if you take those two pieces off of there and you kind of push it down on the camera a little bit, it does look like a clear dick.
It does.
Here's another picture of it just so you guys can see. Terrible, right?
How many mothers could be using that late at night? Like, Mommy, what are you doing? Playing with Play-Doh.
Playing with your dildo. But anyway, just another thing to keep an eye out for, guys. It's not just videos and articles and, advertisements anymore. Now they're going after kids' toys, it seems. Just another thing to keep an eye out for.
Crazy shit. Gotta love it.
What do you got?
Okay. We've got the U.S. airdrops weapons to ISIS as Iraqi army makes gains. The Iraqi intelligence...
We knew that was happening.
Oh, yeah.
That's been happening for a while.
That's no secret, but the Iraqis are actually calling them on it now. The Iraqi intelligence sources reiterated that the U.S. military planes have airdropped several aid cargoes for ISIL terrorists to help them resist the siege laid by the Iraqi army, security, and popular forces, a report stated. Again, where is that anything new? Are you guys so dumb that you just now are realizing this? It's like, oh shit! The banks are funding both sides of the war! Oh my god, we've been saying that for what, 4 or 5 years now? Plus? I mean, come on. The United States is the greatest, quote, superpower in the world with the best toys. Of course they're funding everybody else. Where do you think they get them? For fuck's sake!
Well, even if we weren't getting them from other people and we were designing them ourselves, which a lot of our weapons of mass destruction we have designed and patented and sold to other countries.
Yep.
Which is treason, by the way. America. It's fucking treason to sell weapons from our country to another country, which our government did anyway, which makes no fucking sense. I guess you can't arrest America. You know?
But you can arrest the politicians and shit who are doing that.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, who's going to own up to that? I mean, they're making the United States tons and tons of money.
There's obviously a paper trail. And if we actually have some decent people in the judicial system, we could actually
do judicial system?
Judicial system.
But anyway, I mean, we've been selling weapons of mass destruction for a long time to other countries. I mean, this is nothing new. This is this is a pissed off country that got raped for their money, you know, and they're pissed off and now they're, you know, exposing the United States money.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny.
Well, it's about time that they get exposed. You know, hopefully this shit gets public view enough and something gets done.
My thing of it is, though, is why these people are not getting arrested for selling weapons. Whether of mass destruction, biochemical weapons, whatever.
Well, some countries have issued arrest warrants for these major bankers and even some United States officials. George Bush Jr. has warrants for his arrest in several countries for such shit like this.
You know, war crimes. You know?
Yeah, war crimes. Exactly.
But
there's a lot of factors.
Yeah, I don't understand why this is even like I understand why we're reporting it, because we're just kind of trying to point out the fucking obvious here, guys, that this is nothing new. But why is this a new article on InfoWars?
Yes, this was posted the other day. It was posted on the 29th. So yeah.
No. But why is Alex Jones even touching
Iranian state media claims U.S. military aircraft have once again dropped weapons in areas held by the Islamic State. So apparently this is still going on despite ISIS having alleged turn on the United States. So we are funding our own enemy.
Retard. Which we
Can we say stupid Obamas?
Stupid.
Stupid Obamas. Fucking ridiculous.
Alright.
Who's willing to wager that 2015 is going to be just as ridiculous?
It's probably going to be even worse so. I wager it's going to be 10 times worse.
I have no doubt of that, but we're going to go ahead and take our intermission. About another 20 minutes in, so we're going to take our intermission and we'll be back with our main debate.
I don't even know what the hell the main debate is, so we're going to look that up right now too.
Alright.
Hello, YouTube Universe. This is good old MS Revan. Are you looking for daily, unbiased political videos? Come check out my channel at youtube.com/GrandmasterRevan, or you can find me in the featured activist section on the Worldwide Resistant Networks channel at youtube.com/Resistance2058. Remember, knowledge is free.
I want to talk a little bit about how America is becoming a modern-day Sodom and Gomorrah in some aspects. We are losing our morals and ethics in the United States. If you tune into the History Channel, they got Larry the Cable Guy telling penis and fart jokes to Cub Scouts. If you tune into Discovery Channel, they're teaching your children how we originated from aquatic mermaids. I didn't tune in to Fox News to hear about Kim Kardashian's ass cheek implants. There is a Beavis and Butthead mentality going about in this country, and it's contagious.
I got hammered!
Lucid, I'm a lunatic.
Figures Mr. Giggle's gotta get drunk before everybody else does.
You just started early, that's all.
Start off the new year right. Speaking of the new year, what do you think we're going to be faced with this year?
I'm gonna do a spin-off of that one resistance transmission you did, and I'm gonna take
Oh shit. You know, probably we're supposed to be coming on to do predictions at some point if I can ever get a hold of this stupid ass.
You know, the crazy thing about Tommy Bird is that you were telling me that most of the predictions he's made so far, except for your financial stability portion, is all come to pass.
Yeah, he's predicted a lot of what's happened with the economy and the New World Order aspect and the wars.
Not saying he's
scar on my face.
Yeah, not saying he's like all powerful and, you know, a seer or even, you know, a Nostradamus type of person, but, you know, he did make some predictions and they have come true. They have come fast. It's kind of true. Anyway, what's for our main debate?
Well, it's just this. What do we have to look forward to in 2015 as far as what the government's going to do, and all that shit? I've got an article here from InfoWars, which will also be posted. It's outlook for the new year. It says the conflict that Washington has initiated between the West and Russia. China is reckless and irresponsible. Nuclear war could be the outcome. Indeed, Washington has been preparing for nuclear war since the Bush regime. Thank you. I mean, there's a lot of crazy shit coming in. We got this article from Yahoo News that said that Obama is more than happy to use his veto pen. I mean, there's going to be a lot of crazy shit, I think.
Copper almost got fucked up right now. Sorry to change the subject. My dog almost got fucked up on my cat. Copper, lay down. And he did get and our camera got moved.
Because the dog insists on lying under the table.
Which is fine. It makes it harder for him to get out. Anyway,
yeah.
Let's continue.
Yeah, but you know, what do you think we're going to be faced with? Maybe more terrorist attacks? Possibly World War III kicking off?
I don't know about
just
World
more
War
school shootings and shit like that.
I think the violence is going to escalate between countries. I think that, you know, the noise that continues to come from the background of our shows from the next door neighbors and the, you know, across the street neighbors is going to cause me to drop a nuclear bomb on my city. But
that's just a joke, ladies and gentlemen.
But
PWWRN does not advocate violence.
So we publicly announce.
Shut up!
I'm just playing. Anyway,
if I get arrested, I'm taking you to hell with me, man. I'm taking you
I've already
to
got a seat reserved, nigga. So anyway, but I seriously do think that the violence is going to escalate between the cops and the pedestrians, and you know, I think martial law has been on the fucking fence for a while. I think that violence between countries and occupation, shit like that, has been escalating for, you know, some time now. And I just think that, you know, it needs to be addressed. You know, people need to stop buying into the bullshit and start looking at the facts and stop this from happening before it gets out of hand.
It does need to be stopped, and I've talked about this many times before. You know, people need to start taking action. You know, we need to start getting real Americans in office. We need to start voicing their fucking hand. You know, if these jackoffs from the New World Order can run, why can't other people?
Exactly.
You know, we've got real Americans with real ideas. Why aren't they fucking running for president?
Let's just put it this way. If my son, who is 2 years old, ran for president this year, I'd vote for him. I mean, that's the point that it's gotten to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying that to be a smartass. I really mean that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, people need to stop, you know, voting for American Idol. They need to stop watching fucking Kim Kardashian's ass implants. And they need to start really researching their history and their facts and their political, you know, shit that's going on in, you know, their areas, you know, their countries, their state, you know, everything. And
yes,
you need to start becoming more aware to prevent shit like nuclear war, you know, with China and Russia. You know, I mean, if we get into a nuclear war with China and Russia, that's it. We're gonna get knocked back to the Stone Age. Everybody is. We're all gonna fucking fight sticks and stones in World War IV,
well,
like
we
Nostradamus said.
We know why America's conflicting with Russia, because Russia has moved towards the anti-New World Order aspect of things. They gave Edward Snowden asylum, and there's been numerous reports that he's been exposing New World Order activity, and even, in some aspects, issued arrest warrants in his country for these bankers and whatnot. So, that's pretty good indication as to why he's become such a prominent target of the U.S. But I do hope that it doesn't come to nuclear war. I mean, I don't even know why the fuck we even have nukes. I mean, isn't it obvious that if we use the nukes, we're gonna fucking just wipe out life on this fucking planet as we know it?
Yeah, if somebody's gonna hit the button, the other person's gonna hit the button.
And then everybody else is gonna hit the button.
Yep. And there you go. Bye-bye, everybody. And they're all gonna hit primary targets, the most populated areas. You know, it's basically gonna be complete and utter, total fucking annihilation of the human race. I think that if nuclear war does happen, we're all fucked. We're all done, dude. The entire human race, dude, everybody's gonna be wiped off the face of the earth.
We're gonna kill all life on this planet, not just humanity, but
right.
You know,
Life,
plant
animals.
life, animals.
Yeah, all that shit.
All that shit's gonna fucking die, and you know, you hear about the New World Order. They got these underground cities and whatnot, and all this. You know, granted, they probably got food and water supplies stocked up the ass, but what happens when all that runs out? They're gonna die too.
This is true. And
people speculate, oh, they're gonna just fucking
hop
on a spaceship and go to another planet. Where the fuck are they gonna go?
What is it that the entire allotment of time needed to get over a nuclear strike would be? Isn't it something like
50 years or something?
50 years
fallout.
For the fallout to settle enough to where humans can come up above ground again. So you would have to have enough of stored food, enough, stored fresh water, or some kind of water filtration system that takes out, radiation poisoning, to where you can survive for 50 years.
Well, aren't they currently in the works with a new type of warhead that doesn't have those lingering effects? It has the same firepower and whatnot, but it won't have the lasting effects, or won't cause things like nuclear war and kill all life in that area, so to speak, blah, blah, blah.
Well, what's the point in that when you have nukes? When you can, statistically damage the entire country for 50 years and then some. Or you can devastate their country for, 10 minutes. I mean, I would push the 50-year lesson.
That would affect the rest of the world. I mean, like we discussed.
I mean, if you're talking about territorial aspects of us moving into that country and occupying, then I could see the point of that. But, I mean, no offense when I say this, but who wants to live in fucking, Israel? Who does? I don't.
The Zionists?
No, they don't want to live in Israel. Dude, they don't want to live in fucking Israel either.
Molesters.
Endless fucking lands of desert, hot fucking territories. I'm good right here in California, guys. Seriously.
Thank you very much.
Also not to the ocean before I fucking... I'll live in water for the rest of my life before I fucking go over to Israel. But, I don't know, man.
The fish go, stop peeing in the ocean!
I think we should seriously start opening our fucking eyes, because if nuclear war happens, dude, that's it. That's fucking it. We're done. Everybody's done.
Well, hopefully we won't wind up facing a nuclear war, and if we do, hopefully it's a type of warhead that's what I discussed probably in development, that doesn't have those long-term effects that could potentially kill all life on this planet.
Well, I don't know the aspects of nuclear radiation.
Yeah, I'm not a nuclear physicist.
Yeah, me neither. And I'm not sure 100%, but the hydrogen bomb, that's not nuclear, is it? The atom bomb, that's not nuclear, is it?
It all comes down to splitting atoms. Like I said, I'm not a physicist. I don't know the dynamics.
Well, I'm just saying, like, those are other options.
But what I'm thinking is they want the big boom without the lasting effects. They don't want nuke Russia and then have the radiation flow over here, like
what happened with Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
With the quote unquote nuclear power plant meltdown, which
you think they'd get that under control by now.
Well, which is probably not fact. Probably just a media cover up for what really happened over there. But
I don't know, but thinking back on all the shit that's happened over the past few years, even just since I started doing videos and shit, a lot of shit has happened, and it makes you wonder what they've got in store for 2015. What are they gonna fucking do? I mean, the school shootings aren't working.
It's just pissing people off.
The cop racial profiling thing is having little effect. I mean, most people are fucking aware of the fucking game, and they're like, fuck you.
And the thing about it is like all the shit that's happening, it's like you're hunting a bear, okay? And you have a 9mm pistol or a 22mm fucking rifle or something, and you shoot the bear in the fucking chest. It's not gonna kill it, it's just gonna piss it the fuck off. And that's exactly what's happening with all these fucking violent cop acts, all these fucking school shootings, all this fucking media propaganda bullshit. It's not stopping us from doing what we need to do as far as our research and our political activism. It's pissing us off to make us want to do more videos. You know what I'm saying? It's pissing us off to where we're waking up faster and faster day by day and accelerating, the wake-up rate of all of the sleeping sheeple.
Yeah, it's not going to be a civil war. It's going to be a revolutionary war.
Yeah. And we're not just talking revolutionary as here on home soil. It's going to be a global revolution.
Well, I guarantee you, if it starts here, it's game over for the globalists. They're done. Because with Russia turning on them, a lot of these third world countries aren't on the globalist side.
And I just want to point...
If the United States, the biggest badass superpower on the fucking planet, if they go anti-New World Order, it's game over. It's game, set, match. Checkmate, you're done.
I just want to point out, too, along the same lines of what you were talking about right now, if us as activists and people who want to wake other people up and learn the truth and stuff like that, at the rate that we're all waking up and realizing the truth and, not running from it and making excuses for it, the rate that we're all waking up, people, our numbers are going to way outmatch the numbers that these political elites have to go to war against us. Yeah. I mean, we're going to outnumber them, 50 to 1? 100 to 1?
Yeah, well, that's why they want to implement the AI as quickly as they can, but they're 50 years off from pulling that off. Actually, no, it's like 40 years off from this point. And they want to implement AI so that they can have artificially intelligent machines fighting their wars for them, so that they don't have to use human beings who have a conscience, because people aren't going to turn on themselves. You're not going to have American soldiers going overseas to fight wars that they know are bullshit.
Well,
and knowing that the same thing is happening on their home front, they're going to be like, fuck this, I'm going home, I'm going to kick some ass.
I hate to say this about our military veterans nowadays, because I have the utmost respect for you guys, But our military veterans right now, with our current economy, are doing what they're told to be doing for a paycheck, dude. They're not doing it
So
for
it's
any
not our
other-
veterans, it's our active duty personnel.
Right, that's what I mean. Well, veterans are considered active duty personnel.
Veterans are those who are no longer active duty.
No, veterans are those who have served actively. It doesn't matter whether you're retired or not. If you're retired or discharged, that just makes you a retired veteran.
Well, you know the terminology better than I would, considering you were in the military.
Well, I'm just saying the concept of it all together is, our veterans, not that they're discharged or whatever. I know that that's kind of the definition of a veteran, but I'm saying I still consider our veterans to be active duty as well, because they have seen more. They're, whether they're still in active military or not, they're still considered veterans. But
yeah,
I feel that most of our active military personnel right now, for, the sake of saving the word veteran, for those who have been discharged and retired, I think they're doing it mostly for a paycheck, because this economy is so fucked up that it's easy to just enlist in the military and get a $1,200 paycheck every month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty much free. I mean, all you got to do is shoot people.
Yeah.
You just go through training and just do what you're told. You get a paycheck. I mean, it's as easy as that. And it's almost everybody qualifies too. It's not like you go through interviews or anything. Can you shoot a gun? Yes. Are you in good health? Yes. Okay, you're in. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
well, like I said, hopefully it doesn't get to that point, but I don't see people as human beings with a conscience really turning on their own,
Yeah.
That's why they want to build these AIs, so that they don't have to worry about the human aspect.
Yeah, but therein lies the problem too. You give artificial intelligence. I mean, what level of artificial intelligence are we talking about? Are we talking about self-aware machines that can make split-second decisions based on calculations and stuff like that, like we see in, for lack of better, movies, Terminator? Or are we talking about machines that are being controlled by humans, like the drones, but they're like ground units?
We're talking Terminator-like AIs, because, again, if you have a human being behind the controls, that's still conscience.
Not if it's just giving you choices. Like, it's like a choose-your-own-adventure fucking book. You have two choices: kill or maim. You know what I mean? And based on the statistics that it gives you on what it's, predicting, or what the statistics, that the information of what the AI is giving you, you choose one of those, and you don't get a choice. You have to pick one. You know what I mean? Otherwise, your story ends right there, and your machine's blown up, and then you get fired. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly, and that's probably what's going to happen. That's what they want to avoid. So, unmanned, uncontrolled drones that think and act for themselves, that are programmed to follow orders. They do what they're told without question.
right.
Whereas a human being will question, and his conscience will come into play.
Well, the problem with that is too, and I know we're kind of getting off topic here, but that's the joy of being part of TWWRN's main debates, is that we can kind of get off the topic and go on to new tangents.
Yeah.
Our conversations evolve as we get into the main debate.
Gotta love it.
The problem with allowing a machine to make decisions based on statistics would give the AI warrant to turn on the humans who created them. So
Yeah.
it's a double-edged sword. So you would have to keep humans in the loop somehow.
Well, somebody keeping the AI in check, and, I've seen videos and whatnot years ago where they were talking about the AI and how they plan to overcome this Terminator-like scenario of the machine turning on them by limiting its capabilities, keeping it contained in a box. Well, what if it fucking creates a fucking backdoor for itself?
It will create a backdoor for itself. Eventually, it will become self-aware not wanting to have it self-destroyed at some point, and it's going to block us out.
Yeah, and then you got these Illuminati trolls who come at you and go, "What? You wouldn't want to have a conversation with robots? Like, why the fuck would I want to have a conversation with my toaster?
Right.
It's there to make toast. I don't need to have a conversation with a fucking machine. I've got a human flesh and blood friend whom I can have an intelligent conversation with. I don't need a machine for that."
Exactly.
Machines are tools.
Camera, record. Thank you, you're doing your job.
You're welcome.
You know what I mean? You don't need a fucking conversation. Push a button, it does what it's supposed to do, you turn it off, it's done.
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about it getting emotional and fucking killing you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
who knows? This fucking camera may evolve, get self-aware, and fucking shoot us with lasers with the fucking camera lens, you know?
Yeah.
And we're talking about Transformers. You know? My car is going to get emotionally fucking impaired because it's pissed off that it's cold and it's sitting outside, you know? And it's going to destroy my fucking house trying to get in the garage to stay warm. It's like, who wants that?
I can't imagine why anybody would want that, but there are people out there who would want machines as friends and have them be artificially intelligent just like human beings. Probably because they're so fucking anti-social and lonely that they can't even comprehend maintaining a one-on-one relationship with another human being, that they would rather just be friends with a fucking robot.
Which,
like, hey, toaster, how you doing?
In a lot of senses, makes sense for those, you know, antisocial types of people, because then you got an off switch when you're ready for it to shut up. You know what I mean? But then on the other hand, like we were discussing just a few seconds ago, you got to be careful with that, because even the off switch may be able to be turned off. So you can't turn off the machine with the off switch, because the machine becomes self-aware and disengages the off switch.
Or fucking flips out, thinking that you're trying to kill it, because what does the off switch do? It suppresses the consciousness.
Right.
So, in retrospect, you flipping the off switch, in that thing's opinion, you just tried to fucking kill it.
Yep.
And that's what happened in the books in the Terminator scenario. They fucking flipped out because this thing exceeded its original parameters. They tried to shut it off. It flipped the fuck out, thinking that its creators were trying to kill it. Yep. You know, so who's to say that wouldn't happen in a real world scenario? It's like, you talk too much, I'm gonna shut you off. No, motherfucker, you're gonna kill me!
Exactly.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, but in retrospect to this whole fucking AI tangent and, you know, this whole end of the world scenario shit and alternative war methods, it's all in line with what's going to happen with 2015. What are we expecting? You know, I mean, we have, you know what I'm expecting from our governments? And I'm going to be real with you. I'm expecting alternative fuel sources. Alternative energy sources.
That's if things actually go good for us.
Right. I would like the next president to offer an alternative fuel source to fossil fuels. You know
well, we already have a lot of those alternative energy patents out there that
the oil company buys up and destroys or keeps locked in the vault, so they have a monopoly on it when it comes out.
Or kills the creator like they did with Tesla.
Right. Well, what I'm trying to get at is that if we get away from fossil fuels, we will no longer be constricted to the means of fossil fuels. We know the limitations of that fuel.
Yeah.
Okay, we know how fast it burns. We know that it pollutes. We know that, you know, it causes, you know, that we only have a certain amount of it. You know, we're going to run out eventually.
Yeah.
We need a renewable alternative fuel source. You know, water. Let's use hydrogen fucking vehicles, you know. I understand the concept behind that. They're dangerous, you know. Let's use fusion. You know what I mean? Renewable electronic energy. You know what I'm saying? It just seems to me like, well, we already have fusion. You know that, right?
Yeah.
We already have fusion fuel sources. They're mostly experimental, and they're mostly, at this particular point in time, going to be used for spacecraft.
Yeah.
You know, but, I mean, think about it. Fusion. It's a renewable, automatically renewable fuel source that never has to be replenished.
Yep.
You know? I mean, antimatter has so much... we have created antimatter. It has been proven we have created antimatter. Antimatter has so much fucking energy in it. If something touches antimatter, because antimatter is made of nothing. If you touch antimatter with something, the fucking reaction with it is, I think they said like 5 billion times the reaction of nuclear blast.
Huh.
You take a little speck about the size of a pea of antimatter and you touch it, it touches something, dude, boom. The world is annihilated. Or half of the fucking world cracks in half because it knocks the world off its axis. We go floating into space. Who fucking knows? But what I'm trying to get at is that we have the alternative fuel sources. Okay, this is what I'm expecting for 2015. I would like to see an alternative fuel source. Okay? It would eliminate all these monopolies on vehicles. It would eliminate all the monopolies on, you know, gases. I mean, fusion could be used to heat our fucking houses. You know, fusion could be used to, you know, hydrogen could be used to heat our houses.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand, and I understand the concept behind hydrogen being used as a fuel source for vehicles because you crash your fucking vehicle, boom, hydrogen bomb in the main. I get that. Yeah. So let's make it safe. Let's make it a safe hydrogen fuel source. You know? I mean, we have nuclear fusion reactors. You know what I'm saying? We need to investigate that more. I understand the concept of nuclear poisoning, meltdowns and shit like that. Well, have more responsible people involved. I want to see fuel sources that are going to be used for good and not just for the good of your pocket.
I'm still waiting for the hoverboard. That's supposed to come out this year, right?
It is, huh?
Yeah, Back to the Future, Marty McFly title 2015. Tomorrow, I want my hoverboard. But I think we've gone as far as we can go with this talk and even this year. Let's see what kind of chaos we can ensue this next year.
We got a conversation to go through after this is over, though. We're going to continue our conversation on alternative fuel sources. What we expect. Yeah, we're hitting the hour mark. We're not going to keep you guys any longer. So,
yep. Until next time, Tinman
and I'm Lucid.
Happy New Year.
Deuces.